Noob Master, hey, it's Thor again. You know, the god of thunder? Listen, buddy, if you don't log off this game immediately, I'm gonna fly over to your house, come down to that basement you're hiding in, rip off your arms, and shove them up your butt!
Just when you thought Infinity War was the ultimate MCU movie, Endgame stepped up and said, "Hold my gauntlet." Welcome to WatchMojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting Avengers Infinity War against Avengers Endgame.
What's the matter with you kids? You never seen a spaceship before?
Both films marked the culmination of everything the Infinity Saga had been building towards. But which functioned as the more satisfying standalone film? Let's find out. Oh, and a spoiler alert goes without saying.
Hey man, make love, not war.
Round 1. Action.
Okay, did you ever see this really old movie, Aliens?
From its opening scene where Thanos attacks Thor's spaceship, Avengers Infinity War hits the ground running without ever stopping.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Thanos' brawl with the Hulk is short but sweet, but the stakes are raised when the Mad Titan is nearly bested by Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and most of the Guardians. The inventively choreographed fight on Titan throws everything at us, including a moon. Yet the best has yet to come, as Thanos and his forces invade Wakanda for a final battle against an army of Avengers. The fact that our heroes lose all 3 of these battles only makes the action more dramatic. Whereas Infinity War is all about impending doom, Endgame is about the tragic aftermath.
I said we'd lose. You said, we'll do that together too. And guess what, Cap? We lost. And you weren't there.
Once Thanos is removed from the picture, albeit temporarily, the action takes a backseat to the plot and characters. The action sequences we do get, like Cap fighting his 2012 self, feel smaller in scale compared to what came before.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
The film more than compensates in its climax, however, in which 2014 Thanos travels to the future and blows up the Avengers compound. The final fight starts off with just Cap, Iron Man, and Thor facing Thanos, but the thrills escalate to an all-time high when several portals open up.
Is that everyone?
What, do you want it more?
In terms of action, Infinity War is the more consistently fun film. But the epic finale of Endgame eclipses everything from the past 21 MCU movies. There are too many stellar moments from this sequence to count, and we could watch it on repeat without ever growing bored. That's a point for Endgame. Winner, Endgame.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
Round 2, pacing.
I should have stayed on the bus.
With so many ongoing storylines and character arcs, it's no wonder Infinity War clocked in at 149 minutes. Against all the odds, however, the film never comes off as overstuffed or overly long. The screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely immediately creates a sense of dread with Thanos' long-awaited arrival.
The universe lies within your grasp.
That dread continues to build with each Infinity Stone he collects, practically leaving us gasping for air by the time Thanos snaps his fingers. Even if you haven't been keeping up with the past MCU movies, the story flows at such a brisk pace that the audience never finds themselves checking their watches.
What is this? What the hell is happening?
At just over 3 hours, Endgame almost plays out like 3 episodes of a TV show stitched together. The first episode carries a dreary tone as our heroes deal with their grief and failures. The second episode is a clever throwback as our heroes revisit their past adventures to change the present. The third episode is the rousing final battle we've been waiting for, and it doesn't disappoint. While it's never dull, Endgame doesn't flow quite as naturally as Infinity War. Plus, if you need to take a bathroom break, you can afford to miss one of the drawn-out conversations about how time travel works.
If you travel to the past, that past becomes your future, and your former present becomes the past, which can't now be changed by your new future.
Exactly.
Infinity War is not only shorter than Endgame, but also tighter and more consistent. Endgame is at times too familiar and unfocused, making Infinity War this round's victor. Winner, Infinity War.
Look out!
Bruce,
Damn.
Round 3, Ensemble. If you went nuts when 6 heroes got together in the original Avengers, then Infinity War blew your mind.
Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
I'm sorry.
Infinity War was Marvel's most ambitious crossover event yet, finally having the Guardians of the Galaxy cross paths with the Avengers.
Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
That being said, our heroes are largely overshadowed by the villainous Thanos. This makes sense since Marvel had been hyping Thanos as the ultimate big bad for many years. Thanos' presence also makes room for more development from Gamora and Nebula, although the spotlight is stolen from key Avengers like Captain America. Hawkeye and Ant-Man, meanwhile, are only mentioned in passing.
Who's Scott?
Ant-Man.
There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man?
While Thanos is still well utilized in Endgame, his screen time is significantly reduced. This is for the best, as it allows the Avengers to reclaim center stage. Since the film's first 2 acts are slower, Endgame rests on the shoulders of its ensemble to inject excitement.
Thor, what do you know?
Is he asleep?
Fortunately, the cast has mastered their roles at this point, and every actor plays off one another to perfection.
Sorry, buddy, we got a problem.
Yeah, we do.
Most crucially, all the major MCU characters make an appearance, exceeding Infinity War's hero count. Even if some fan favorites don't come in until the final act, everybody walks away with at least one unforgettable moment.
I knew it.
Infinity War is essentially Thanos the movie, and although the Mad Titan is certainly complex enough to carry a film, Endgame is more of an ensemble piece. That's what we look for in an Avengers movie, giving Endgame the upper hand here. Winner, Endgame.
This is the fight of our lives. And we're gonna win.
Round 4, Team-Ups.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
Thanos may overshadow everyone else, but Infinity War does inject several new character dynamics into the equation. Although we've seen them cross paths with other characters before, this is the first Avengers movie for Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Black Panther. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy who really shake things up though. Who knew that Thor, Rocket, and Groot would make for such a winning trio?
So dead brother, huh? Yeah, it could be annoying.
Well, he's been dead before.
In addition to new team-ups, the film continues to develop established relationships, most notably Tony and Peter's. Every character has such a well-defined personality that the dialogue practically writes itself, making for some enormously entertaining interactions.
What are you doing? We don't do that here.
Following the snap, Thanos wipes several prominent players out of existence, which mostly leaves the original Avengers behind.
Honestly, until this exact second, I thought you were Build-A-Bear.
Maybe I am.
Although it's always fun seeing these characters together, it lacks the freshness of watching Tony clash egos with Strange or Star-Lord getting jealous of Thor. Characters like Captain Marvel and Okoye are sadly left out of the time heist. The only ones who really bring something new to the table are Rocket and Nebula. Since this is the final movie for some of the OG Avengers, we get why the focus is kept on them, but it isn't until the climax that we finally get some groundbreaking team-ups.
Don't worry.
She's got help.
Although Endgame is the strongest ensemble piece, Infinity War was more experimental when it came to team-ups. These new dynamics paid off in funny, shocking, and unpredictable ways, making Infinity War the victor of this round. Winner, Infinity War.
We're in the endgame now.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Round 5, Emotional Payoff.
I'm sorry, little one.
After watching Thanos choke the life out of Loki in the first scene, audiences knew they'd be in store for an emotional roller coaster.
No resurrections this time.
There wasn't a dry eye in the audience when Thanos condemned Gamora to death in exchange for the Soul Stone, but the filmmaker saved the biggest emotional wallop for last when half the universe bites the dust. After watching the likes of Black Panther, Groot, and Spider-Man vanish,
I don't want to go.
The remaining heroes are left feeling more powerless than ever. As distressing as this ending is, audiences suspected that the snapped heroes would return in the next Avengers, which kind of cheapens the emotional payoff. As predicted, everyone who perished in the snap makes a comeback in the climax of Endgame.
Time travel!
Even Gamora, who technically stays dead, finds a loophole.
Touch.
However, Endgame doesn't simply retcon everything Infinity War did. In order to save the snapped ones, Black Widow makes the ultimate sacrifice. The final confrontation boils down to Thanos and Tony, who comes out on top at the cost of his own life.
And I am Iron Man.
Although Steve Rogers lives, he gives up a great deal to finally be with the woman he loves. Endgame has a sense of finality that Infinity War lacked, adding to the emotional gravitas.
Then again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Infinity War left us emotionally drained, but we could take solace in knowing there was more to come. As its title suggests, Endgame is the end of an era, with consequences that feel permanent. The emotional highlights thus carry more weight, meaning Endgame claims the winning point. Winner, Endgame.
I love you 3,000.
That's 2 points for Infinity War and 3 for Endgame, which ultimately took more chances, upped the ante, and delivered on what an Avengers movie should be.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.